Next up is track number 3 from Axis Bold as Love, Spanish Castle Magic, one of Jimi Hendrix's heaviest songs, and a song that he continued to play live through most of his career. Here's the intro. All right, let's go over the intro part of Spanish Castle Magic. There's a full bar pickup, and this song is in the key of C sharp minor. So Jimmy's up in 9th position, C sharp minor right there, and he begins with the notes of C sharp minor. So first on an upstroke, he hits this G sharp note, 11th fret of the A string. And then twice strums with a downstroke and an upstroke, this E triad, 9th fret of the D, G, and B string. Then slides down, one more time. Then we move down to a lick still in the key of C sharp minor, but we're down in 2nd position. That's the lick. This is one of those licks that's often misinterpreted. People oftentimes just play. But what Jimmy's really doing here is he's going. So the index finger rolls over 2nd fret of the D and the A string. Then this chord, it's C sharp 7 sharp 9. You're playing a C sharp, 4th fret of the A. The D string is muted, 4th fret of the G string is a B note. That's the flat 7 of C sharp. But then we have the top 2 strings open. And that's how you get such a nice ringing chord. And Jimmy loved this chord. Played a lot of songs in the key of C sharp and would utilize that chord. So one more time. Then the second time he goes, so he gets that E note back in. And then the first bar of the verse section, he plays a B power chord and gets the low 5th into the chord by barring across the A and the E string at 2nd fret. All right, here's the Spanish Castle Magic verse section. Okay, for the verse section of Spanish Castle Magic, Jimmy plays these root 5th, root bar chords, and additionally frets across to the 6th string to get the low 5th on the bottom. So starts with a B5 with the F sharp on the bottom, then moves down to B flat 5, same chord down 1 fret, but then he moves up to get an A octave, and then a G sharp octave. But there is a little bit of the A string in there barred from the index finger. So whether it was intentional or not, I'm not sure, but it does sound cool when you go B5, B flat 5, and then. So you hear the A to G sharp octave, but there is that other note in there. And then he ends on a C sharp 5 with the G sharp in the bass. Same thing the second time. And then ends with a. And then you get the pickup, or actually the first bar of the chorus following it. All right, here's the chorus section of Spanish Castle Magic. All right, for this chorus section, Jimmy takes that C sharp lick and he just transposes it up to F sharp. And hits this two-note figure fretting the top two strings at the 5th fret. So one more time, it's and this chord here, with the G string muted in between, is the same one that Jimmy uses on Foxy Lady and a lot of other tunes. So then we move back to the C sharp lick. Now the bass in this latter part of the chorus section goes. So it's going from G sharp and then chromatically down to E and back to F sharp. So over that part, Jimmy plays a lick that kind of goes along with the G sharp. So I'm barring across the G and the B string at the 6th fret, bending it a half step each time. 4th fret, 6th fret, 4th fret, and then he moves the same thing up. We're over E here. So that's like playing it in the key of C sharp. Expressive slide down back to the opening lick. And into the second verse. All right, now we're ready for the Spanish Castle Magic guitar solo. And on the record, there's piano. Eddie Kramer talks about playing a C sharp, 7 sharp 9 chord on the piano, and Jimmy digging it, and then Jimmy played it on the track. So I'm going to emulate the piano rhythm part by playing it on the guitar. And I'm just going to continue to use that same voicing that I was using before of C sharp, 7 sharp 9 with the open strings. And then I'll go back and play the lead over that rhythm track. Here's the rhythm guitar part on the Spanish Castle Magic guitar solo. All right, now here's the Spanish Castle Magic guitar solo. Okay, the solo is based on the C sharp minor pentatonic scale. Jimmy begins sliding up to the 6th fret of the G string. Then he plays, gets a 1.5 step bend, pushes that C sharp up to E, brings it back down, and then slides up to another C sharp 11th fret of the D string. Also, keep in mind, I'm using a fuzz face pedal when I play the solo in the example. I've got it turned off right now. And with the picking hand, Jimmy used all kinds of little different articulation maneuvers getting some of the flesh in to give a more vocal quality to the sound. So after we slide up, then goes without saying, very unusual. So right there, you're bending that 11th fret of the A up a whole step. And that's a cool shape here, this, what Jimmy used in some of his other solos. Then he plays. So what you get through this whole solo so far is some unusual bends of different notes. He's bending the root there, bends the root note there, bends the 5th up to a 6th, and then bends that root note again. Then we get to one more time. Then so repeatedly bending with that ring finger, or you could use your pinky. Either way. So all together. Then we're going to slide up to C sharp, 14th fret of the B string. So he's got C sharp there and an E, 12th fret of the high E, and he's picking them together, or alternately. Lets it ring. Bends that 14th fret, F sharp up to G sharp. One more time. Then move sort of into C sharp major pentatonic for a second with this slide up to the 6th, A sharp, then an Albert King bend. So that's 2-step bend from E up to G sharp. Then he bends that G sharp up a whole step. So one more time. And then he moves up to a high B, 19th fret, and bends it up to C sharp and vibratos it. All right, here is the Spanish Castle Magic outro guitar solo. All right, let's go over this outro guitar solo on Spanish Castle Magic. We're going to start with this sort of the end of his rhythm guitar part, and Jimmy plays. And then he moves into. And so what happens is you're getting these, he's got a procession of different licks. Then he goes. So he's just kind of hanging out on different notes. He starts with. Then he goes. Then he goes. Then he moves into this unison bend deal by going back and forth from a fretted G sharp on the 9th fret of the B string to a bent F sharp note. And then he moves up on that same lick from the solo before. And he repeats that. Then he goes. Okay, in bar 8 of the solo, he begins with that big 2-step bend. One more time. And then bar 9, second half of bar 9, he repeatedly bends this E note up 2 whole steps. Moves up to a C sharp 14th fret. Bends that G sharp up a whole step and releases it. Little quick hammer pull. Then he does a thing where he's holding the bent note and he kind of tremolo picks it. And he has vibrato too. That's how the solo ends.